Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hey, this is Yvonne
Myra.
and this is Ludaworks Odds and Ends. And we are in our cartoon kitchen. Okay. It is. But we're actually here to talk about healthy eating. And as a couple, if someone else is on one type of diet, you both really need to be on that type of diet. You both learn a whole lot by eating together, cooking together, and getting healthy together. So we're going to talk about.
Why
Mm-hmm.
this has become very important for us.
Yes, it has.
And during COVID, well, actually before COVID, I found out that I had Lynch syndrome, and I'll let you look that up. It's really about cancer that comes in the torso. So I have a lot to repair. So in the process of me looking at my health during COVID, there was a lot of time to do so. And at the middle of that time, I was in the middle of having to deal with a colonoscopy that most people do every 5 years that I have to do yearly, just to maintain a healthy life. So the day before I started to go into the barium part with for the colonoscopy, I found Dr. Gundry, MD, Stephen Gundry. Look him up. He's a cardiologist who really went into looking at why people have heart issues and why people have autoimmune issues, and looking at how diabetes and other things can be caused by what goes on in your gut health. You've heard the term leaky gut. Well, that's what that's all about. So if you're overweight, you got leaky gut. So I want to take care of that. Now, a lot of times you find they always talk about this diet didn't work, this diet didn't help me. But here's the thing. I always knew what I was supposed to eat, but there were things that I did not know that I should not eat. Now, I'm not talking about the sugars and the high fructose. I'm talking about there's a lot of things that
down in the
in my
in your
gut that I'm not supposed to eat. And it wasn't until, and I've had a lot of people tell me what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat, but no one's told me why. And Dr. Gundry did that for me. So, and learning why makes it easier to follow a program that is not designed just as a fad, but a life change.
So, what did you get out of Dr. Gundry that made you turn? What was the key thing?
The key thing was the lectins.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about lectins, how the lectins eat our gut and create holes in our gut body, and which allows the bad bacteria to come back into your system and cause like we can't have flour, wheat,
Almond flour. I'm a real sweets person, and once we decided to go ahead and go on this diet, on this program, because you can't have one person do it and the other person cannot. This is a joint effort. This is a teamwork. So I had to contend with, what am I going to do for stuff that's sweet? Well, we found out that dark chocolate is okay, 70% and above. I went, okay, I can deal with that. But I learned to make cupcakes and cookies with almond flour and tapioca flour and different types of sweeteners. And they make sweeteners that taste like confectionery sugar, brown sugar, and regular white sugar. And I can make like cinnamon buns
that are healthier.
that are
plant-based,
healthier,
really.
plant-based.
Everything is basically plant-based. Like I said, the only thing that we do that is not that is based animal is that we have we only eat pasture eggs. We only eat grass-fed chicken. We
poultry,
only have wild caught seafood. Most of my meal is mostly mushrooms, actually. But I've found a taste for a lot of things. So we're gonna so that's the reason why.
She told me one time, she goes, Dr. Kundry taught me how to eat. But if y'all know Tabitha Brown, she said Tabitha Brown taught her how to cook.
Yes.
So,
because Tabitha Brown doesn't do a whole lot of recipes. It's all about the spirit, the soul, and what.
Keep on shaking until the ancestors tell you to stop.
Exactly. So I like that idea. So it made it cooking very easy, and now I can cook very quickly, and prep a lot. So a base in the refrigerator is cabbage and mushrooms. Got to have cabbage and mushrooms. Everything else is a treat. So anyway, we're gonna make
spring rolls. Oh, okay. We're making spring rolls. We're making spring rolls, and instead of using traditional wrappers, rice wrappers, we are going to be using cabbage leaves.
Yes.
And we will go ahead and do the filling, and we're going to show you guys how we do that. And
we're going to cook. They're so delicious. They're so easy. It was one of the first things we did together when we started on this journey. So. Hold tight. Okay, so the first thing I had to do was prepare the cabbage. And so I took a head of cabbage, cut some of the core out, just enough to bypass the leaves. And then I took it and put it in a pot of boiling water. As the water boiled, the leaves started to separate. And then I peeled them off, the cabbage. And then I remove the cores from the center. As you can see here, these are nice, floppy, soft, damp. And so this would have been sort of a core here that I would have cut here. And makes 2 rolls. So we have probably enough, about 14 rolls here.
Yeah.
And once Yvonne makes the makes the center, we will be ready. But one thing that I'm going to do before we do that is I'm going to throw a little Mrs. Dash lemon pepper on the leaves.
Ooh.
Just because I can. Just the only reason. And just by the time they get to the mix, they would have had a little bit of this seasoning all over it. So, here we are. No salt. Seasoning.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, everybody, we're back. And now we're going to proceed with the filling. The filling consists of several really simple ingredients. The best thing is cabbage. But what we do is a shortcut, and we just buy the coleslaw that's already mixed, and I go back and I really finely chop it up a little bit more. And you add that to your bowl. The next is maybe a little bit of cabbage. This is all to taste. So we have cabbage and carrots. And we have onion. You know, everything I say is to taste. Okay. Now, the most important thing right here is chopped up minced shrimp. So we finally chop.
Plop that in.
Yeah, we just plop that in. And I have chopped this up that it's almost like ground shrimp. Okay, the next thing we have here is 2 cloves of garlic. And I put that in there. And to bind it all together, we have 1 egg. And pinch of pepper.
2 pinch.
And I've been told another pinch of pepper. And a pinch of salt. Okay, another pinch of salt. Now, these are a few things that I like to put on there. One, we have coconut aminos. Instead of using soy sauce, which of course is high in sodium, you can use something like this. And this sodium is only 90 milligrams compared to soy sauce.
Yes,
this is your best bet.
Milligrams.
Yeah. So
even other aminos are high in sodium.
Yeah.
We like this one because it's low.
We like this one because it is low. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of coconut aminos. Put that in there because you want to have that soy sauce flavor without the sodium. And I put a dash of Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salutes, and I just go until I say don't. It's a taste, y'all.
Done.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we just killed that one. This is the last of it. This stuff is so good. And Mrs. Dash extra spicy. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of this because
it has peppers, which
has the lectins in it, and but we're just using some little amount. It's not going to be that big of a deal. So we combine all of this together until it's nice and mushy. And this is going to be our filling for our spring rolls. So good. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So now that this is all combined, we're going to let it set and ruminate for a minute. You know what? I'm feeling more coconut aminos. You cool with that?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
That's good. Oh yeah.
Sesame.
And
I think this is probably good to go through in there too.
Oh really? Okay. Garlic. Okay.
Yeah.
Putting a little bit more garlic in.
Refrigerated garlic.
Mm-hmm. What did you say? Garlic was the lesbian's spice?
Yes.
How is that possible? Oh, one little thing that I want to add is a little bit of sesame oil. And since I just put maybe about a tablespoon and less than a tablespoon. Yeah, it's about a teaspoon. And that is it. And we're going to let this sit and ruminate for a minute.
Okay, so I'm going to fill these cabbage leaves, and with this mix that Yvonne had, and there's a lot of pushing back in with these. And trust me, it really depends on the cabbage you find.
Oh, that was good.
I know, girl.
Good one.
I know, girl. Here goes a little one. Roll it over. Like the clover. Use the toothpick to hold her in. Press her in there a little bit. And you keep working that magic. A big fat one.
Ooh, yeah, big fat roll.
Well, this one's big enough to be a big roll.
These look so much better than the ones we've done prior.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, I know.
And it could be the actual leaf.
Much better leaf, yeah.
So remember, it's got shrimp. And you can see how the ingredients were very simple. We're gonna make this one work.
Coming out on the
We'll
end.
make as many as we have leaves. Or we have 2 picks. Get in there. Yum.
Oh, that's a good big one right there.
A good big one?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows you're from West Virginia.
Oh, you know what? We've been gotta put some sesame seeds in some of those.
Yep. Some black and whites.
Mm-hmm.
Black and white sesame.
Mm-hmm.
Along with the seasoned leaf on the inside.
Dang, that's good.
Yeah. This is like great for regular dinner.
Mm-hmm. Movie snacks.
Or this is actually going to go with some roasted portobello mushrooms with balsamic rice. No, that's,
Oh, basmati
Yes,
rice.
yes. Ooh, don't lose yourself. You have that locked down,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't have to hold. You're just watching me. Can you turn the oven on for me? For the mushrooms and pull the mushrooms out? Because we don't have to have all of these.
What temperature?
425
425.
for the mushrooms. I like the mushrooms oven roasted. So nowadays everybody's got a air fryer. I have not stepped up to that yet. Okay, so we have the last 2 wraps.
The last 2 wraps. The last 2 wraps.
Probably a little bit more cabbage than I need on that one. First time out, it feels really weird to do them because you're stuffing your wet.
We had just enough filling.
Just enough filling. And so you're gonna have to eyeball that.
No, you missed it.
I missed it. It's got a multiple layered, so I got a double stab. Yikes! Alright, it's all in there. Okay, there they are. So what we're gonna do now, you don't have to do that. We're gonna put them in the refrigerator, let them set for a few minutes, and then we're gonna fry them. There you go. Okay, we're about to cook these spring rolls. Before I do that, one of the things that, when you're cooking or you're learning a new way to eat, I'm always looking for a magazine to find recipes and those things. And I was never able to find a magazine that people were talking about lectins until today, actually. I got Dr. Gundry is now doing a magazine. Your Health, that's him on the front. Lots of recipes, it's pretty thick. And so he does them quarterly, I think. But it's lots of good stuff in this. It talks about your healthier gut. It covers everything he talks about. So if you're looking to learn a little bit more in a quicker way about Dr. Gundry and lectins and your gut health, try that. So, since I touched the magazine, so we're gonna put these in oil. Now the oil that they're in, that I'm cooking in, is a extra virgin tasting oil for frying and baking. I normally would use avocado oil for high frying, but they didn't have any. So this is going to be our next batch. So we're going to put these in here. I'm going to do a real quick test of some of this. Here we go. They're going to pop because cabbage is full of water. So that's why you want them
Got a lid.
cook them fast. Oops. I have one that doesn't want to play well in the sandbox.
I'm gonna turn it down.
Doesn't want to cook. I'm thinking
We're done.
we're done. The fritter. Ow! That was hot. Oh, don't leave the gut. Okay, finally, we're done and ready to eat. And here's our cabbage wrap spring rolls. Yvonne's made a dip with some aminos, coconut aminos, and some sweet chili sauce.
Sugar-free sweet chili sauce.
And we're going to garnish it with Fury Nori Como Furikake.
Combination of seaweed and sesame.
Seeds. So you really need a spoon.
Yeah, no more sprinkle.
It's big. I would probably put too much on it. So, seaweed, sprinkle a little bit on there. I guess I could just.
Yeah.
Makes me nervous. Come on.
Come on. There we go.
So,
That's so pretty.
And we're going to throw a little bit more of the
That you definitely have to.
tuxedo which is black sesame and
White sesame
sesame.
seeds.
So we have a nice little, some extra flavors in there. And I like doing it dry just in case it's too much.
Ta-da!
Alright, and
Okay, I'm ready to eat.
we're gonna do that with roasted mushrooms, basmati
Basmati.
rice, and we're gonna plate this and we're gonna chow down.
I'm gonna forego the plate. Just dip.
Real trick is you have to remember that there's a toothpick in there. Is it good?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is very good. I'll put some in the chili sauce. Oh my God.
Mmm. That's good.
It was very good.
So, we want to do something different. Instead of using a lectin flour, rice flour, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
wrap,
Yep.
you can use the cabbage.
Okay.
You can also cook this in the oven.
I think I'm gonna have to have some of this for lunch tomorrow,
Yeah.
if there's any left.
Okay, so
Mmm.
while we continue to chow down,
Mm-hmm.
you continue to have your wonderful day.
Mm-hmm.
Quick recipe,
Mm-hmm.
doing it together.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is Myra and Yvonne.
Signing off for LunaWorks Odds and Men. Goodbye.
You're enjoying that, huh?
Mmm. This is so good.
Okay.